For the past year, I have been working to embrace the Virgo rising within me, which means I am logically seeing how my day to day needs to be by setting up routines and allowing myself to really be organized. I have learned that productivity is about creating an environment, that system that continues to help you thrive and succeed. Because my brain is constantly flowing in with information, I need to set my life with routines, to dos, things in that nature that keeps me organized. And Notion has been helping me stay on track in many, if not all, areas within my life. If you want to level up your life in 2023, then this video is for you. This is becoming the best version of yourself for 2023 and goal setting with Candace. So, if you've been following me for a couple years now, you know that I actually started out really categorizing everything for me using bullet journaling. And I use bullet journaling in the form of art because it forced me to kind of do this as a self care. And as you can see, I have separated them from not only through my habit tracker, but just journaling in a sense. Because this is a goal setting video, I wanted to share with you guys my own personal goals in regards to how I want the next year, 2023, can be. And I thought, fuck it, yellow. Why not be it right now, right before January starts? You can sign up for Notion today. It's free. You can make it your own aesthetic, or if you like mine, again, my templates will be available to you very, very soon. So welcome back, everyone, to my channel. My name is Candace, and today we're going to be diving into my Notion tour, as well as sharing with you guys my personal goals for 2023. Notion is a great hub to keep all of your notes and thoughts and videos and content, and it's not just for personal, it can also be for your business. And for me, I have been using it for all of the, and so with everything that's been going on with me, I have just been updating my Notion so that it reflects off of the next year, what my desires are, what my goals are, and really just having my business really set up in Notion as well. So without further ado, I'm gonna take you guys over to my screen so you guys can see exactly what my Notion looks like. We're gonna dive in deeper into each section, and please leave me your questions if you guys have any. So let's go ahead and dive in. So here is my Notion. I wanted to have something pretty basic. I am a simplistic girl. It is also just because of my Libra energy of a Libra moon, that Venus simple aesthetic is where I'm at right now. So it's very modern. It's very like girl boss, I'm getting my coin, focus kind of thing. And I really wanted to just have the 2023 really be the focused, right? Because we're focusing on next year. So these are the things that I really wanted to have for myself. Obviously, I have an icon that looks like me. I gotta love the baldy. You gotta love the baldy baddie. And I named this my home because this is kind of like where everything is like literally hubbed. These particular work spots right here are the ones that I have for myself and my clients. So when you sign up a session with me through my business and you do a 60-minute session, you're going to be getting some form of a roadmap from me, and 9 times out of 10 it's going to be coming out of my Notion, where I pretty much dump all of my notes from our session into here, and then I send you that customized plan for you. But it all starts here in the Notion app. Underneath this, the Virgo lifestyle. This is one where it's like Virgo energy typically, you know. It's definitely home, mind, body, spirit, really connecting to those. And then I'm also making a template about I love money, having a better relationship with money, and really organizing yourself in that way for money. So within my own Notion, again, I named mine home, and I have like a nice little quote underneath here, which is, it's more than okay for you to be you and to share it with the world. And I really wanted to have that be my quote because for a very long time, I didn't know it was okay for me to be me. I didn't know that it was all right for me to show who I am. And so when I started to really open up in 2022, really showing myself and talking about my past experiences, it allows me to really be me, which is exactly what I coach with my clients as a branding coach, you know, to help them really understand that authenticity, that really being who they want to be. And so I love that quote, and I thought I'd put it up there. So I broken it down by Simple ways of having this. Again, I'm all about simplicity, but also kind of like having things organized. So for my quick links, I have literally everything that is underneath my hub right here. Instead of me having to click over here and then diving in, like it's just an easier way for me to get to these links a lot easier. So for my links, we have journal, planner, brain dump, self upgrades, habit tracker, YouTube management, and millionaire boss hub. Off to the next, we have this week's priority, and this week's priority was confirm my content pillars, which technically I did. And then we also have upload templates, which I'm still working on. And then we also have like select, script, and record long form videos, which is one of the videos that I'm doing today. So this is my week's priority. I put it up here so that it's literally in front of my face. I know what I need to do. I know what I need to focus on, and I'm not questioning it. It's already here and it's ready to go. Off to the side, I do have my manifestation playlist. This is by Chris and Tib. And then the last one that I have here on my page is just a picture. Blue is my favorite color, if you guys can't tell. And I really do love this photo. It's probably one of the first photos that I found for House of M that I was really thinking about the aesthetic, how I wanted it to be soft blue, kind of whimsical, luxury, but like still that softness. And when I saw this photo, I thought, this is it. So she's on here. So let's go ahead and dive now into each of my pages within Notion. So first we have journal. And I personally just want to say, I love putting icons up here instead of doing the emojis. It just looks better. And I also have this same cover throughout the entire plan or hub for me. And so I kind of like the aesthetic and the cohesiveness of it. Again, you guys can make your notions very more in tune to your aesthetic. But for me, I particularly love blue, and I found this blue paper. For here, I like to have different forms of entries. So I have one entries for my gratitude, I have one entry for my shadow, and then one for my daily. But when I do my shadow, these are kind of like the top 3 questions that I like to ask myself, which is what's going on, who's speaking to me. And when I say who's speaking to me, I mean like who's talking. Is it my ego? Is it my shadow? Is it my inner child? Is it my inner teen? Like what energy within me is scared or that is keeping any form of things I don't want to really recognize, even though I should recognize, you know? So that's what I mean by the who's speaking to me. And then the last question is, what can I let go right now? And it's a good way for you to just ask yourself, like, what's really important? Like, what's really important? Is this really important, or is this really important? Like, where do I need to really shift my focus? Because if you know, Virgos are internal. So this is, again, me working in a sense of my Virgo mindset. I internalize a lot of things, stupid things, fun things, creative things, all the things. And because of that internalization, there's a lot of like in here, like talking. And again, I'm trying to get all of my thoughts out on paper or all of my thoughts in Notion so that it's not constantly up here. So when I write these shadowy questions for myself, it really is to help me kind of get back to being centered. Like, you don't need to be so anal about this, or you don't really need to internalize this. Is it really important? And if so, okay. But if not, let it go. And then, of course, we have a gratitude portion, because if you're not saying anything about your gratitude or just appreciation of where you're at, you need to. I don't know what else I need to say to that, but gratitude is always the best attitude, okay? So gratitude. So these are basically my journal entries. And then underneath here, I have like, you're reprogramming your mind, so be easy on yourself. We're gonna now jump into planner. So now that we're in my planner section, again, we have the blue paper here on top as my cover, and then I did change the icon again to reference a planner. The first things that we have here is the 3 photos, and the photos are yellow because it's related to my air sign, which is Libra. And then I also have it in here for my Virgo mindset, because Virgos are ruled by Mercury. Because again, as a Virgo, I rule the 6th house, which is your home, And it's, to-do lists and routines. And so when I have my planner may look like a little crazy for you guys, but it's what helps me as a Virgo stay on track. Going down further, we have our quick links. And again, my quick links are going to my weekly, my monthly, and then my projects. And then my follow-ups are in regards to my clientele right now. So right now I have my Chrissy project, and Chrissy's all about her podcast. So West Projects, this is where I am a manager for Universal Sync. I am their podcast manager and probably going to be doing their social media for them coming up in the next year as well. So getting down to the last portion of my planner, we do have my sticky notes, and this is literally just for me to type in anything. So here's my weekly calendar, and with this is kind of how I start my week. This is where I started off on Monday. So I like to ask myself a question of how are you feeling this Monday morning? And the reason why I do this is because it allows me to really get in a sense of like, I know there's a lot of things I gotta do. I know this is a fresh new week with things that I can plan out. How I'm feeling on this Monday morning is a great way for me to kind of set the tone on Monday on how I feel about the things that I have to plan out. The second question that I ask is what would make this week awesome sauce? And meaning like if I'm planning things out right and I know I'm looking forward to certain goals and things in that nature, what would make my week very awesome? Is it getting a new client? Is it getting a new brand deal? Is it making bread? Like, what is it about my week that's going to make me feel really great? And I just like to put that on there because it kind of boosts my own energy. Like, this is a goal. This is a potential goal. This is not something that I have to actually achieve. But if I get it, man, would this be a fucking cherry on my day? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that mindset. And then on top of that, it says, what can I work on this week to reach my goals? So say for instance, I wanted to have a goal to make like $500 in 1 week, selling out like one client for a session. I would then make sure that the content that I'm putting out, the things that I'm saying is all related to that particular thing. And so I want to make sure that as I'm going in the week, this is what I'm focusing on to make sure I hit that $500 goal. So then again, we have off to the next section, we have reminders and follow-ups. And again, this is just me kind of keeping in track with Chrissy, my other projects, sticky notes again. And then we have brain dump. And I categorize this by name. Category can be like the topic, which could be like business or future plans, moving that I'm going to be doing next month, the due date that maybe I want to have this. So say for instance, this due date is related to me moving, right? I gotta move out of here by next month. So it's like having that due date, like you gotta be out of here by January 31st. That's a due date. Related goal, this can be set up in regards to my self upgrades. And that's related to that goal because I'm upgrading my life. I'm moving, I'm changing, I'm allowing certain things in. So it's an upgrade. And then also priority, like, is it important? Can this be done later on? Can this be pushed back? Things in that nature. So this is my weekly. And then for my monthly, this is how it looks. So for my monthly, I then also have my top 3 goals for this month. I then say, what are my sales and social media goals for this month? And then I also break it down to what can I work on this to reach what? I don't know why I said that doesn't make sense. But what can I work on this to reach this goal? I want to say, how can I do this basically? Don't mind my error there. So then lastly, we have projects. Now, projects is things that I am working on. Now, I personally changed this cover to be something different because I am moving to Washington, and this is one of the biggest ones. It's one of the, it's happening. So it's happening. And I'm trying to put myself in that energy of Washington and foresty stuff. So I changed this background to be more reflective of that. And I did change the icon to be more of a hammer. You can't tell there, but it is over here. So now that we've done the planner, let's go ahead and dive into brain dump. This one is super easy. This one is super simple. It's just dumping my brain. Like whatever is coming up in my mind, whatever I need to let go, whatever I need to finish, this is what I am focusing on, and I'm putting it down here. So my next section is self upgrades. Now again, we have the blue cover and I changed it to an icon instead of a emoji. And I have a quote underneath here that says, "Remember your why, Candace." I personally love the aesthetic of this, of just like luxury, simplistic. I am that girl and I don't care. I am transitioning myself to look and change into the version that I see for myself, and she does have things in that nature. Moving on down to the lower sections, we have my weekly goals, which is set up and work on Notion templates. I also need to work on my new website for you guys. We also have my content playlist, my schedule, and client setup for January, which I did do my client setup in January. So I'm just gonna put that down. I then have my monthly goals, and this is in regards to YouTube. So for January, I want to reach about 500 subs, and I want to grow my community. I want to make sure that the content I'm putting out there is really helping you guys. It's giving you guys a reason to watch me, but also just to hang out with me and fuck with me, because you guys already do that, but I want to provide more education for you. Finances, taxes, accounting, investing. These are things that I am currently working on. I am currently actually working on getting and hiring an accountant. It's just a matter of finding the right one so that my finances are getting in order the right way as we start in 2023. And then for my personal, this is just for me to continue on with how I know I function, and I'm trying to continue on that with that mindset. So solo dates, mindset, reset on the food and lifestyle. That's pretty much like what I'm gonna be doing in January for sure. And so those are my monthly personal goals, making sure those are things. And then this is my promise to myself in 2023. I personally wanted to have these things be up and running and completed within the next year for myself. And so I want to buy in Washington. Buy meaning something by the end of the year. I want to continue my French lessons. Kind of fall off the bandwagon of that. Started that back in the summer and I just haven't gone back to it. And I want to travel to Paris so that when I go back there, I actually know the language instead of how I went there and I didn't know the language. So I want to go back into my French lessons. I definitely want to launch occult media and my other business, which will be announced pretty soon here. Occult media, I have a lot of like merch and like actual clothing designs that I have created since the last couple years, and I haven't actually like implemented it and put it out there and like actually have it produced. And so I want to get those things out there this year. Continue to grow with my creativity, YouTube and TikTok, obviously, right? I definitely want to get back into reading more. I want to travel, and I want to do at least 3 trips next year. I want to do a solo trip. I want to do a trip with my boo, Ryan. And then I want to do one from the family, like all of the family, because Ryan has a child, I have 2 kids. Like that's 3 kids together with 2 parents. So I really want to have us have a like family trip together. So those are like one of my, it's one of my goals for 2023 is traveling. Definitely need to socialite a little bit more. I feel like because I've been by myself for the whole year, I haven't really been going out with other people and like vibing and all that kind of stuff. Like when I do go on solo dates, I'm enjoying my own energy. I'm not really trying to socialize with anyone. I want to make sure that I'm socializing more. I'm getting that feel of like introducing myself and networking and really being out there. Like I want to do more of those things. Next I want to have is having more long-term contracts with brands for content. I want to continue on with growing my UGC like creative side of HOM, and then having long-term form contracts and not something that's just like one and up. Like I want to make sure that like I want to grow with the business and I want to be a part of their content strategy in some way because I've been there. So I'm really manifesting like long-term contracts for me. And then lastly, cinematography. I want to learn more cinematography. So the next section of my Notion template is basically my habit tracker. Now this is where my exercises are going to go, and I'm going to be pushing myself to do different things this year. I want to do more cardio and more glutes, and those are kind of like pretty much like my main focus if I'm being quite honest. Yoga has been my girl for the past year, and I do both a morning routine as well as a nighttime routine. And so one of the things I want to dive into more is getting a bigger ass naturally, and just do more cardio. But what I really also like about my sections that I have on here is that I'm going to be actually adding my YouTube videos on here, because I am a homebody and I don't go to the gym. For my yoga, I like to put like the actual like yoga routine in here so that I can just click on here. I don't have to go to YouTube. I don't have to scroll. And then for my monthly tracker, this is where I've actually allowed myself to pretty much how I had it set up in my bullet journaling. When I was doing that, I did it on here. Did I drink water all day? Did I do my morning routine? Did I get any sleep? Did I exercise? Did I do my nighttime routine? Right now, these are the only ones that are really important to me. And then next, we're going to dive into my YouTube management. Now, this is where I am keeping everything and anything related to YouTube at its capacity of keeping it organized. I found this template through someone else and I don't remember their name, so I'm super sorry, but if I could find it, I'll make sure to put their template down below so you guys can download it. But for this, I really love what they did with this template because it has literally helped me in so many ways. You guys have no idea. So it's broken down in different sections, and first we have the idea sections. These are the things that I just randomly came up with, also per my other list that I have on my notes that I mentioned earlier that I have of different YouTube videos. So I just put like some of them in here. And then the next section is go ahead. So the go ahead is basically you in the mindset of like, this is what we're going to be working on. This is what we're going to be like tracking down, getting ready. So then once you get into that set, right, I can then move this over to here because technically we're in this video right now of doing the Notion 2023 goals. And so I already did my research, I already did the writing, and I've already filmed the A-roll, which is you guys right now, and I technically already filmed the B-roll. So Notion video can go all the way over here, but what I like about it is that you can move them around, you can add some more tips and things in that nature. Say for instance, I wanted to edit this, I can use this video template that came with it, and it has so many different things that you can add to it, right? It can give you the title ideas, the tags, thumbnails, publishing, what is this going to mean? Did you do all of these things? Did you distribute? Did you engage? It literally tells you and helps you out with so many things that is not just like a sticker to make it look cute. Like it's really helping you organize every step of the way when it comes to your YouTube channel. And so lastly, but certainly not motherfucking least, we have the Millionaire Boss Hub. This is probably one of my favorite ones just because it's about my businesses that I have, and man, has this thing helped me get more in alignment to that of business. So for me, I wanted to have money there, like per. So anything and everything that's related to prosperity, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. So we have the Millionaire. I got the briefcase because again, per, we need that. We also then have a little quote and it says, I get paid to be me. And this is just like another affirmation that I like to say for myself, like I get paid to be me. These images are in this way for a specific reason. And I'm gonna explain it to you on the why. Because when I think about my businesses, they all have different vibes to them. They are all not the same. They are not vibing the same. They're all not doing the same. They all have a different section to them, okay? So when I think about my businesses, they all are different. House of M is this one. House of M is a more sit down, creative, thinking about it, really making sure that my clientele is good, my brand deals are good, like I'm in motion to those things. Occult Media is this one where it's all the packages. It's all of the items, the merch, the moon journals, all those things are being shipped out, and I'm having that mindset of this is how I know my business is going to be next year. And then for Salt Libra Co., which you guys don't really know about, this one is literally about nails. It's about beauty, and it literally is about my Libra energy. So we'll dive in a little bit more better into that, but I really love the fact that she had the nails and the money, and I'm like, even though my nails are not done right now, this is something that I am definitely putting in. So getting into the House of M, she is broken down by different ways of understanding House of M in a different complexity. Because my brand is broken down by 2 sections, I wanted to also have that be in the same mindset when I look at Notion. So, and then this right here is just the information on my clients, how to get in contact and where we are at in their process of their projects or their coaching. And when I get into House of M, it gets so much more deeper because, again, my business is broken down by different ways. And so this is how I've been able to really structure it. We have House of M, which then gives a very rough draft, if not a good draft, about my business in general. This is my little quote that I like to say for myself is I'm changing the way you see branding and not cautiously seeing it, but intuitively seeing it. So we have my guides. This is about us. Like this dives into a little bit more about the energy of House of M. Again, this is my calendar that really sets a tone about like my clientele and what we're doing. We then gonna have my aesthetic of how I feel about House of M, which is more luxury, soft, beauty, but also very like boss bitch mentality. And then I have these quotes here that says, when you brand yourself properly, the competition becomes irrelevant. And then I have higher thoughts, higher energies, higher vibrations, higher frequencies, higher dimensions, higher experiences. This is what I want for House of M. And I'm really diving into that. So that's just like the basics of House of M. Then we dive into about us section, and this really does like, this is kind of like my brand guide. If I were to hire someone, I'd be like, okay, here you go. You have this Notion. Then this is again just a calendar, a view of my month and how things are gonna go. And then we have my clients, which we talked about earlier. So this is my UGC clients, and then for the UGC clients, we then have the UGC script. Again, this script was something I found, I think, on TikTok, and so if I can find the guy, again, I will put it down in the description box. But this script is really beautiful. You guys kind of saw me do this like a couple vlogs ago where I was scripting for that skincare. And so this is kind of like the same thing. Getting really an energy of like the brand. What do they need me for? Like, what is the props that they sent me? Who are their audience? What's the angle that they want? The story, the conflict, the resolution, the call to action, things in that nature. And so this is all within branding, UGC. So this is House of M and in its core. And then we have Occult Media. With Occult Media, you guys kind of know her. If you guys don't, she's more of my alienist kind of company. And this is going to be more merch, more things coming out. So we have my collections. We have the Starseed, Occult Media, and then I'm also working on a mushroom collection. This is the aesthetic of where I'm at right now for Occult Media. And then these are my guidelines that I'm saying for myself. Like, I want to make sure that I'm on top of my shit and I'm getting things done so that I can actually grow this business the way that I see it and get back to doing podcasting, because I have a lot of episodes I still haven't published yet. So it's just a lot of things that I need to do. So this is getting deeper into the collections, the status of the collections, the view of the collection. Again, it just gives a more thorough way of looking at the collection, even though this is like the main page of it. Then last but certainly not least, from my list of Million Boss, we have my soft Libra energy. And I said it's okay to show your soft side. This one is literally my soft side. When I say it's my soft side, it is literally like my gushy, I'm in love, this is simple. And I really wanted to be focused on my nails and my nail journey. And I don't really want to make any products. I don't really want to do anything. I really just want to have a place of nails. And this is something I thought about like April last year. I just haven't really done anything of that. And I think me practicing my nails and really getting a sense of like what it means to take care of it and like to love on them, and like nails is another form of spirituality, like how long the nails are, like there's so many things that go into nails in your hands. And so I thought about certain content that I want to start making. These contents will be in the form of TikTok and also on YouTube. So it's just going in deeper. I just ordered a whole bunch of different nail stuff that I've been wanting to buy for myself. It's a self-care. I was like, I'm going to treat myself to some nail game so Gel X nails, the tools I use, nail care, which I already just filmed, taking off my nails, how I really do my nail care. So that idea is pretty much literally done. I just got to edit it for you guys. This is pretty much my entire hub. This is how I've been able to really keep myself in track, and this is how I'm going to be moving forward in 2023. I think if everything goes great, I will be doing a more monthly kind of thing, which again, I think is what I'll be filming next for you guys, like me setting up January for you and you getting a feel of how I'm going to really keep myself on track on that, because you guys are going to visually see it, and if I'm not doing it, y'all should be getting on my ass about that. So yeah, this is going to be the end of the video. Again, the templates that I'm working on for you guys, which is the client roadmap, the Virgo lifestyle, as well as the money, will be available here pretty shortly. And I thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you are subscribing and hitting that button, and I'll catch you guys at our next video. Bye guys.